New update brings some new visuals, new addition to the skins, and also the long-awaited M4 event. Plus the new item has called Havoc, due to which many of the heroes are getting nerfed. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will talk about all of the latest changes in this patch note 1.7.36 with some additional extra updates. You all know about the diamond codes. Find it from this video and redeem it from Kazukiofficialstore.com. Diamonds will be delivered within an hour. Winners do take a comment #I won. It really inspires us a lot. Let's start with the hero adjustments. And the first hero that we have is Moscow. He is being buffed. The basic attack and the second skill range is being increased, and it will now have the same range of impact. Beatrix is being nerfed. All of the weapons' basic attack damage to the turrets is reduced to 80%. And the damage to the minions is reduced by 50%. 1-1 is receiving the next nerf. Her skill 1 will now just immobilize the enemies instead of stunning them. Ultimate is being adjusted. She will now have 10% less attack effect, and the range of chasing the enemies while using the ultimate is lowered. Now if enemy with all weaknesses hit is outside ultimate range, 1-1 will move towards the enemy. She will now be able to use the activated ultimate on the targeted enemy within 7.5 unit range. Also the ultimate icon will deactivate when the last hit kills the enemy. Icon of all weakness hit will now match the duration of the actual effect. Claude is getting nerfed. Due to the new equipment, his ultimate will now get 15% less attack effect. Popol and Koopa is getting buffed. I think they are trying to increase their jungling ability, so Koopa will now deal 50% extra damage to the creeps. Brody is getting buffed. His basic attack damage growth is increased to 45 per level. The buff on Alucard is going to be huge. His skill 1 cooldown is being increased to 10 seconds in the early level, and the cooldown will be 8.5 seconds in the maximum level. The ultimate duration is reduced to 6 seconds. But there is a huge buff that will reduce the cooldown of other skills by 50% during the ultimate. Let's now talk about the buff on Lapu Lapu. The skill 1 will now trigger the effect of his passive. But during ultimate, all of the skills will be able to generate 5 times more passive. Xavier is getting buffed. His passive skill damage no longer scales with the level of his passive. His passive stage 1 effect limits all subsequent skills that hit to increase movement speed by 50%, decaying over 1.2 seconds. His skill 1 damage is increased by 35 points in the early levels and 60 points in the maximum levels. And the extra magic power is increased by 20%. His skill 2 damage is increased by 15 points in the early levels and by 40 points at the maximum level. The extra magic power is also increased by 5%. The second attack from his skill 2 damage is increased by 80 points and by 180 points at the maximum level. And the extra magic power is increased by 12%. His ultimate damage is increased by 100 points at all levels, and the extra magic power is increased by 25%. Jack is getting nerfed. His passive issue where Nightmare response couldn't trigger attack effects was fixed. His skill 1, Nightmare Stone's Day 3 and basic attack effects gain is reduced by 10%. Day 3's damage and attack speed growth is slightly reduced and maximum slow effect is now 60%. Lilia is getting nerfed. Her skill 2 base damage is reduced by 10 points at all levels and the explosion damage is reduced by 30 points in the early game. Khalid is getting a buff. His passive's movement speed boost is increased by 15%. However, sand accumulation from movement is reduced to 70%. Thamuz is getting a buff. His skill 1 is now affected by the cooldown and his maximum HP during his ultimate is increased by 500 points at all levels. Ben is getting a buff. His ultimate's control duration is increased by 0.4 seconds. Benedetta is getting a nerf. Her first skill cooldown is increased by 2 seconds at all levels and her second skill cooldown is increased by 1 second at an early level and by 3 seconds at the maximum level. Paquito is getting a nerf. His passive's movement speed boost duration is reduced by 0.7 seconds. Hilda is getting a buff. Her passive is now revamped. Now each basic attack or skill applies a stake on the target which will reduce their physical and magic defense by 6% and it can be staked up to 6 times. And now her ultimate no longer ignores the 40% physical defense. Matilda is getting adjusted. Her skill 1 chance of hitting the same target is reduced by 5%. Her skill 2 cooldown is increased by 3 seconds at all levels and the base shield is reduced by 200 points at the maximum level. Lastly, her ultimate has a new effect now where her skill 1 prioritizes the target marked by it. Akai is getting a nerf. His first skill cooldown is increased by 2 seconds at an early level and by 1 second at the maximum level and his base HP is decreased by 100 points. Diggy is getting nerfed. His ultimate cooldown is now 76 in early levels and 64 at maximum levels. Glue is getting buffed. His skill 1 casting range is slightly reduced and increased the glue's trigger range. It has a new effect where he restores a small amount of HP upon detonating a glue. His skill 2 casting range and skills 4 swing time are slightly reduced. Balearic is getting buffed. His skill 2 cooldown is increased by 2 seconds at all levels but now has a new effect where the cooldown is reduced every time he triggers his passive. Hylos is getting a buff. His ultimate cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds at all levels. Valentina is getting nerfed. Her skill 1 terrify duration is increased by 0.2 seconds but now it can only terrify once in every 4 seconds. Her ultimate range is reduced by 2. Let's get into some good stuff. Moving on to the battlefield adjustment. The Cloak of Destiny is getting buffed. The maximum stake is now capped at 15. Now it takes 5 minutes to reach maximum stake. Base HP is increased by 10 points and the extra mana is increased by 300. Lightning Truncheon is getting buffed. The minimum damage is now 50 and the base mana is increased by 100. The extra damage from the extra mana is increased by 5%. Wind Talker is getting adjusted. A passive issue where the actual cooldown and description did not match and the adjusted cooldown calculation was fixed. The cooldown reduction with each basic attack is 0.2 seconds to a minimum of 2 seconds. There is some adjustment in vision for some support heroes. Angela's skill 1 and Florine's skill 2 will expose their target position for some period upon hit. Esther's skill 2 will now continuously grant vision in the target area. Here's a look of the upcoming lobby based on M4 event. Next is the sneak peek of upcoming Leomord's Abyss skin. Next is the Beatrix M4 model figure, which looks quite good. Here's the updated portrait of Argus annual season skin. Congratulations to Beatrix user as it will be getting season 26 skin. Hayabusa's Take in India is going to be season 27 first purchase skin. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.